So last time we did notes, we found C. This time when we're doing notes, we're finding either A or B. It really doesn't matter. The legs are the legs. Okay? Now, math, typically gets harder. So it's not going to be, in this one, solve for B. In this problem, solve for C. In this problem, solve for A. Y'all are going to have to know which one it is. So if you, again, start here at the right angle and go across, or you can look at it and know which one is the hypotenuse, you would know right away which one you are solving for. So in number 1, it's very similar to what we just did. The 6 2/10 is across from that right angle, so that's my hypotenuse. So that is going to go here. Then I have my x squared and my 4 9/10 squared. Okay? So what is 4 9/10 squared? 24 1/100. What is 6 2/10 squared? 38 4400. Okay? Now I need to work backwards, so I'm going to have to subtract this on both sides. That way I get my x squared alone, and then I can take that square root. And if I take the square root of both of these, I end up with 3.9, or 3.8, sorry, equals x. 3.8 equals x. Okay? Now in the second one, if I take my right angle and I go across, I end up with my x being my hypotenuse. So in this one, I would do 14 squared plus 48 squared equals x squared. So what's 14 squared? 196. What's 48 squared? That's going to be a heck of a number, isn't it? And that's going to equal x squared. Add those two together. We get 2500 equals x squared. How do I get my x squared alone? Divide by, square root both sides. And you, in fact, get 50 is equal to x. Okay? Hopefully it's making a little bit more sense. Like, you get the process. It just may still trip you up which one you're doing. So if we look at the next page, we have 2 more we're going to do together, and then I'm going to have you do a couple on your own. So I have my right angle would be here, right? These 2 are the legs. This is the hypotenuse. So I don't know A. I do know the other leg, and I know my hypotenuse. So I have my A squared. I have my 4.2 squared. And I have my 8.5 squared. In this one, it's kind of like what we were doing today earlier. I'm going to have to do the inverse to get that A all by itself. And then I'm going to have to subtract. And lastly, take the square root. And if I do my rounding, that gives me 7.4 or 7 4/10 gives me A. All right, last one we're going to do together. So where is my right angle here? right here in that little box, right? It's the only one that gives me a box. And across from that is my C. So A is 12, B is 9, C we don't know. 12 squared is 144. 9 squared is 81. And C squared, what's 144 and 81 together? 225. Did we already do this one? Maybe, I don't know. Take the square root of both sides. And C equals 15. Okay, now you're going to work to do the other ones by yourself, the next few.